Well, hello. I just put like this white creamy lip balm on and it's kind of gloopy and showing up white. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. It is Friday and I am getting ready to go into the consignment store here, stuff, etc., to drop a bag off. So the way it works with this consignment, you can either bring in a tote and they do a pre-sort and they move your stuff from your tote into one of their totes, or you can buy a black reusable bag and drop that off, and then it takes them about a week and they'll notify you and you come get your bag back. I've been bringing in the tote because I just had a lot of stuff, but I'm kind of down now so I can do the bag. I like the bag better because you don't have to wait for the tote, and they do process it faster because they have so many totes versus the bags. But anyway, I'm gonna go in and drop that off, and then I need to go over to the cable company because the credit card I had my bill go to, I use credit cards because you get points, right? So the bills go on the credit card and then you pay the credit card off before you charge interest, you know, to get the points. And anyway, the credit card I used, well, there was a weird charge on it. So I called and they said, well, we're just going to shut down this card completely. We'll send you a new card. Okay, great. But now I got to go. And the few things that were automatically charged to the card, you know, you got to change. Everybody was easy except Mediacom, except cable internet, because I don't know why it is like when my, you know, I told you this before, the account used to be in my dad's name because it's so hard to change it. So it just kept it there. When he died, I had to go down, take a death certificate, prove that he was dead. They came out to the house, took all the equipment out and just put new equipment in under my name. I swear I'm going to go over there and they're going to want my DNA, because I tried calling to get it changed and he's like, I got your account. I think they entered your social security number wrong, so I need your account number. Well, that's on a paper statement that I don't have. She's like, well, you can try going into the office. I'm like, I guess I'll have to. So I don't want it to try to charge and then it gets kicked back and then I don't have internet or cable. Anyway, first world problems. First off though, going in, drop off a tote, not a tote, a tote bag. There's a difference. There's a tote and then there's a tote bag. This is a bag, the tote bag. Got my bag. Going into stuff. Glad I brought the bag because they are out of the totes that they put stuff in. So they're having to like take everything, pre-sort it right there. People ahead of me had all this bedding they were having to go through. The plastic totes are all the way up to like almost the ceiling. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. What did they say? The last time I heard there were 16,000 consigners here, maybe more. They could definitely use another store, but of course it's a franchise. You know, you got to have somebody to open it and then you got to staff it. And it's hard. Is that a food truck? There's a food truck. What are they selling? I've been completely distracted by the situation at the consignment store by a food truck over there. The food truck was burritos. I was hoping it was a funnel cake. So no food truck for me, but now I'm at Mediacom. Let's take a deep breath and hopefully this goes smoothly and they don't say, oh, that's not your social security number because they wrote it down wrong, or you need a paper bill, which I don't have. I'm just trying to pay you. Like, is somebody else coming along and trying to pay my bill? No. I mean, if they would, that'd be great, but they couldn't because you have to like prove who you are to give them money. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. Quick and easy. It was my social security number. They had 2 digits switched around. And I was able to update it without having to give any DNA. So that is done. So I think everything on that old card has been switched over. It was a charge. It was Chegg, C-H-E-G-G. And apparently this is something that happens a lot. It's some sort of textbook company or something. But that charge has been on my card reoccurring for a while, and just because of everything with my dad and my brother, I just hadn't been paying attention. I thought, oh, maybe that's a subscription to something, and it wasn't until I finally sat down, I'm like, what is this now? And called the Visa, and they were like, yep, we'll put it through as a fraudulent charge and dispute it, because I was like, do you know what that is? And he said it's some sort of book thing. So I don't know. If you see a charge on your credit card, C-H-E-G-G, apparently it's a thing. Somehow it gets charged. So anyway, hopefully I'll be getting money back on that. but the few things that were going to that card on auto pay have been switched. So I think I'm good. Finally caught up on that. Whew. Like, it's grateful for fraud protection, but if you've ever had to do this where a card gets disabled, they're going to send me a different card and blah, blah, blah. But if you have reoccurring charges, it's like crap. But I think I'm done. So now I am right by the Habitat for Humanity Restore. I'm going to pop in there. They posted a picture on their Facebook. They had a bunch of fall Halloween. So I'm just going to go in and see if there's anything vintage there that I might be able to add in to my booth. Yeah. I'm like, should I say anything more? I don't know what to say. I'm just sitting here trying to fill up a vlog. I honestly don't know why you guys watch. Thank you for those who do. But my life is so boring. And it's the same thing. But maybe that's comforting. The routine. I have people like, you need to change up your life and move and do this. I'm like, you know what? This is comforting to me. Being in my hometown, being around the things that are familiar to me, with the people I know, and where my, parents and brother are buried, that's comforting to me. I don't want to like uproot and start over someplace where I don't know anybody. That's not fun. So Waterloo, Iowa is home. I don't have any plans to move out of the city or to honestly travel, because I'm not going to board my dogs unless it's an emergency, because I can't. They sleep with me now, and at night I'm like laying on my side reading or watching a show, and Teddy will curl up behind me and put his head on my hip and snuggle in. I'm like, I can't leave you. I can't board you just for me to go on a vacation. No, that's mean. I don't have the money anyway, which is also the thing. So anyway, off to the Restore. Let's see if we can find something for the vintage. All right, here's the Restore. It's right next to the Perkins off San Martin here in Waterloo, across from Menards and the car wash. So conveniently located. Ooh, maybe we can find something in here for the booth. Well, I would have really liked those mini things, but everyone was really damaged, like broken pieces and things. And then the other items there were just too high priced for me to put in the booth. But everything goes to a good cause here, so that's okay if I don't find something to resell. Oh, they got Frankoma. Frankoma, I used to get every single piece. It is dead. Frankoma is dead. No one wants it. It's so sad. $8.50, yikes. That's Frankoma. They don't get a lot of donations here, it's mainly the building stuff, but they have this little bit of thrift stuff. Sometimes I could find something. Not seeing anything today, but you never know. It's always fun to pop in. Okay, so I did grab some things at the Restore. I saw this See and Say. This is a vintage one, and it was only $5. So I don't know. I'll look it up on eBay. Otherwise, I thought that'd be, that's just a great pickup on its own. This is a Fitz and Foyd. I did pay $6 for this. I'll look it up on eBay, but right now it's just, looking for the booth and trying, as I always have, not to pay much. Look at the 7-Up glass. The 7-Up is upside down, but I think it's purposefully, so when you're drinking, it's this way. That was $1. This is just fun. Cow spoon rest, and then a couple salt and pepper shakers. Well, actually, a set. I don't know why they were priced separately. Anyway, but it's a good cause, so trying to source. I really am, my mind is always now rather booth versus eBay. I preferable to sell it in the booth. It's just easier than all the photographing and listing and storing and packing. But always too trying to keep in mind, like, what could I charge for in the booth? Like I said, I'll look this up for eBay, but I paid $6. Normally my rule is 4 times minimum. Well, I don't think I could put 24 on that for the booth, but yet when you buy in bulk and it evens out to less money per item. So I don't know. Mathing, reseller math, it's a thing that I'm always struggling with because at the end of the day, I just want to make money. I want to have things that I'm interested in, I like, but I'm also doing this to make money, not just to spend money and, spend money. I want to make money. So I just did some research. I just washed this. So this Fitz and Floyd has gone for as high as 50 on eBay in the last 3 years. And this See and Say in the box has gone for as high as 80. So those will definitely be eBay things. So yeah, Fitz and Floyd, a lot of times places will mark it up quite a bit, but there's, some really good pieces that can be worth a lot of money. I'm kind of surprised that this one would be that much, but hey, if I can get even like 40 for it, I'd be happy. So these two will definitely be for eBay. Well, hello. Back here in my office, which was Papa's room, then a dining room, then my brother's room, and now it's an office, and it's really working so well for me. I like being in here. I feel like, it was my dad's room, so it's comforting, but I've turned it into a functional, nice space and have it all organized as I try to remember my password to log in. So, just going to be doing computer work. I'm on the second draft of the Beginner's Guide to eBay 2025 edition, which means I've already gone through the entire book and done all of the major updates, taking things out, putting things in, changing information. So that was the biggest. Now what I'm doing with the second draft is I'm going through it with Grammarly Pro, and I'm looking again, like, did I repeat myself, which happens a lot, and trying to do formatting and things. And then when that's done, I will do a third draft, and then I'll just kind of wait when eBay does their fall seller update, make sure I've got anything that needs to be in there. And then I will switch over and do the Beginner's Guide to Amazon KDP for 2025. So, yeah, but it's going well. I'm very much ahead of schedule, which I like to do. I don't like the feeling of a deadline and pressure. So I'm very ahead of schedule. I want to talk a little bit about pivoting and allowing yourself permission to pivot and to not do what you feel like other people think you should do, or even if what other people tell you you should do. This past, year after losing my dad, you get people who, they mean well, but they want to tell you what they think you should do. You should do this, you should do that, do this, do that. And a lot of times it comes from them. Either they just feel like they need to say something when they really don't. The best thing you can say to somebody who's going through whatever is, I'm so sorry. Not offering them suggestions, not, I am so sorry. And just listen without trying to offer help. And unless you've gone through a specific something, you just don't know. I've learned to talk to my friends who've lost their parents, who've gone through that, because they get it. It's not like, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, you're grieving. If you aren't grieving, you just need to grieve. And however long that takes and whatever that means for you. And people who haven't experienced that, they don't know. They don't know. And also, for me, when it comes to business and social media, is I'm finally getting to the point where it's like, you know what, I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to do. Not going to explain it. I'm not going to apologize for it. This is what I'm doing. I've always felt this pressure to keep up with eBay. And I've had these conversations with friends who are also resellers, of just getting to a point, specifically with reselling, with the burnout, because it's a very repetitive job. You source, you list, you sell it, ship it, repeat, right? Source, list, ship, repeat. Source, list, ship, repeat. There's never an end goal, right? You're never like, whoo, done with that project, like it is with a book. Write a book, great, that book is done. There's a sense of accomplishment. You finish it, and then you can go on to a different book. And yes, it's still the same process, somewhat depending on the book, but it's different versus reselling, which is like a hamster wheel. I've always said so many times, I think reselling is a great way to make extra money. People who amp it up to a full-time business, that's hard. That is hard. And really, the best way to do it is to go slow and build your inventory. I think Karen Lamberter Clothesline, she's a great example. She has built her inventory up over time. She has a higher basement that's her inventory. And so she's built up a huge eBay store over time that now can sustain her, versus a lot of people just try to go
dive head first. And I've got to have all this stuff and all these listings, and it gets to be a lot. And for me with reselling, while I do have a basement and I could do that, I just don't want to. I don't need to, but I really don't want to. If I had to do it, I would do it, because I still think that's a great way to make a living, build up a big store and just have that inventory. But I just don't want to. I would rather be writing. That's what I want to do. That's number one. I'm a writer. I want to keep writing. I do enjoy the booth and those little aspects of reselling and, picking up things here and there. Like I got those 2 things today that I found are going to be great for eBay. Awesome. But not feeling like I have to list so many things. I've got to sell so many things. And a lot of that is sharing. Like, oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to share a sales report. Oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to show, stuff sold because nothing sold. Instead of just saying like, no, this is my life, my business. I don't need to worry about showing people what I'm doing. If I don't sell anything on eBay for 3 weeks, oh well. I actually just, my store subscription is coming to renew in September, and I've had the basic store, which is $18 a month. And that's when you start to get the quarterly shipping coupon. And for some reason, my head's like, oh, I got to have that store. I've at least got to have the basic store level so I get that coupon of $25 a quarter. Why do I think that? And I'm like, no. So I'm going down to a starter store for $5 a month. That'll keep me with an eBay store. I have a URL and all this stuff pointing to it, and I don't want to mess all that up. So $5 a month to have my eBay store. I do still like to be active on eBay in some capacity because I obviously write books about eBay. But it doesn't have to be, I don't have to meet anybody's expectations except my own. If it's working for me with reselling, whether on eBay or the booth, that's all that matters. And I got to quit worrying about what are people going to think if I don't have a full-time eBay business, if I'm not going here and sourcing stuff, like what are they going to think? Who cares? It is difficult in the reseller community online when you're a part of that, right? And you're actively engaging, and then you stop or pull back and everybody just keeps plowing forward, right? So as a full-time reseller, I was full on in the reselling community, right? Everybody, and then I pulled back and nobody waited for me. They just kept on going without me, and new people jumped in, and I'm like, oh, it's hard. It's hard to feel like you're getting left behind. And that's a big mental game, I think, that social media plays on you. I'm like, I don't know most of these people in real life. What do they care about me or my business? Not really. People move on very fast. Friendships, people you think you're so close to, and they pivot in another direction, you pivot, and that friendship is over. You never speak to them again, and that's just how it is. And really, for me, realizing I need to focus on my real life friends and family in my real life that I actually see, the handful of people I am close to through social media, but it's a small group, and do what's best for me and my dogs and my family and my house and my friends, and be happy with that. And it's tough. I have friends who want to scale back with the reselling, and they're struggling. And I know that feeling because when I quit, like I was a full-time reseller and I was like, I'm done. I took a 4-month break, and everybody just went on without me. And I felt like, oh my God, all my friends, my community, but were they really? Not that they meant bad. Like, they didn't mean any ill will, but you have this relationship that's based on this one thing. And yes, you can develop a friendship in addition to that, but when the main thing about that relationship is gone, it's, they move on. If your real life friends and family did that to you, it'd be like, come on. But when it's your internet, social media group, again, not that you can't form real relationships, but you have to really think like, which one of these, and I found over time, which one of these are the real relationships that last outside of reselling, right? We could both just stop reselling and we're still going to be friends. And those people are few and far between. And again, it's not because people mean you ill will, but they're busy. They're full-time resellers still. They're hustling and doing whatever. It's not that way for me in the author community because I haven't gotten into the author community. The reselling community is really the only online community that I've ever been in. I've shied away from any others because I don't want to get into that emotional attachment and then feeling bad if you feel like you get left behind. So I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that, like you were resellers and you scale back, or you're just not really feeling like you enjoy the community. It's tough. There's a lot of, I've always said it's so weird that reselling is the business that has a community, because Target and Walmart, they're not in a Facebook group together. You know, Amazon's not texting Walmart like, hey, I got this lead. Oh my God, look at how many orders I sold today. And Walmart's not like, you go girl, yay, hustle, we're doing it. No, they're all running their businesses. But for some reason, reselling is this, maybe because it's an odd thing and everybody's spread out, but it's become this business where you feel like you need to be in this community, you need to be sharing information, you need to be hustling and doing all the things. And I'm like, why? No other business does that. You know, Crumble Cookie and Nestle Toll House aren't hanging out. No, they're running their businesses. And you can run your business and not wish ill will on other people, but you have to run your business. And reselling is just reselling online and the online community. It's just weird. So I am trying to let go of all of these feeling expectations of when, what I list on eBay, how I list it, what I sell. I'm like, no. YouTube. I really enjoy doing the 3 videos a week here on the channel. I really do like that. I'm like, okay, great. For a few weeks I wasn't able to do it. Now I am. Okay, great. My second channel, I am going to rebrand to focus on Lost Island Theme Park and Lost Island Water Park. I'm calling it Island Time Vlogs. Second channel. So that next year I'm just going to be vlogging at the water park and the theme park because I want to, because I enjoy it, because I want those parks to succeed so much, because I want my city to grow. And if nobody who follows me in the reselling thinks that's interesting, well, okay. If I don't get any views or whatever, okay, fine. I'm going to do it because I want to do it. I'm not going to do anything else with it. That's what it's going to be. I'm not going to be traveling because I don't want to. I don't want to leave my dogs. I don't want to board them unless it's an emergency. I like being at home, and that's what I'm going to do. Other people want to travel and go here, there, do whatever. You go. You do you, and I'm going to do me here at home. And I've been a lot happier lately when I finally decide, you know what? I like being at home. I like spending time with my dogs. I like, if I'm going to do something, doing it around here. I like being able to see my family more. You know, spend time with them when we can. Like, that makes me happy. Going out and buying a bunch of stuff to resell on eBay does not make me happy. I love that it's in my back pocket if I need it, but also I want to work on more books. I want to do more writing. I want to focus on that. And that's okay. So all of this to say is, if you are burned out, you need a break, take a break. eBay, especially if you're a reseller, eBay will be there. I have been a full-time reseller, a part-time reseller, a hobby reseller. I've quit completely 3 times in the last 20 years. And you know what? It's always there. eBay is always there. You can go back. You can start listing again. It's just a platform that you utilize. So if you're burned out, you need a break, take a break. You want to go on vacation, you want to turn your store off on vacation mode so nobody can mess with you, do it. I've done that for 20 years. I know some people, and again, if you're full-time and you need the money to pay your bills, that's a different conversation. And that's not a lot of people, really. Most people do it for extra. Turn your dang store off so nobody can message you. You know what? It's okay. You can turn your store back on when you get home. All will be fine. eBay will always be there. You can ramp it up again anytime you want. So if you're burned out, you want to scale back, do it. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short to be miserable and to be hustling and to trying to keep up with social media, which is a bunch of fake, phony stuff anyway. And just do what makes you happy. And if that means you stay home and you play games on your phone while watching true crime documentaries with your dogs on your lap, you do it, because that's what I'm doing. Well, not right now. I am on eBay. I'm going through, I ended all my eBay listings because I'm going to meticulously go through what I have and decide what's going to stay on there and what is going to go to the booth or maybe just get rid of completely. Because that's what I want to do, and it's my business, my store, it's my way. Although now it is time to go make dinner. If you saw my last vlog, I made lasagna, and oh boy, did that turn out so good. And I have like a lot, obviously, now. So I'll be having lasagna for the foreseeable future. I should actually, how long can lasagna last in the refrigerator? Oh, it's the first Google search. 3 to 5 days. I should maybe freeze some of it because there's more than 3 to 5 days worth. I should freeze some. How do you store lasagna in the freezer? Isn't just like Google and the internet amazing? First, wrap the lasagna in a double layer of plastic wrap. Each piece, I suppose that's a good idea. I think I'll do that. That'll be my project for tonight. Individually portioning out my lasagna, wrapping it in plastic wrap and then in foil, and individual freezers or freezer packs. That is going to make me happy, and that is what I want to do. Single serve my lasagna for the freezer. That's my Friday night.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the links under the video. The very first link will take you to my Amazon storefront. There you will find all of my books and recommended products. I've written numerous books about how to make money online on sites such as eBay, Etsy, Amazon, and YouTube. So if you're interested in learning how to make money the same way I do, be sure to check those out. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.